Hello and welcome to the Level 1 Sword Podcast. This is podcast 110. My name is Steven and I am joined by my co-host, Nathan.
Hello, it's good to be here on this rainy afternoon.
Yes.
I feel like sleeping, but I'm here, so be
Took
honored.
one for the team,
Yeah.
along with not eating, but
Yeah.
that's something else. That's
Right,
probably
right.
why you're sleepy, to be honest.
It's definitely a factor. It's all
Yeah.
I feel like doing, so yeah.
Anyways, we have ways of being contacted if you like. You can reach out to us through email. The address is lvl1sword@gmail.com. You can tweet at us at lvl1sword if you have any kind of topic suggestions, comments. You want to know how our day is going.
Yeah, if you want to see my knitted sweater collection, I could bring that and show that off. I knitted a bunch of sweaters personally, and I really want to show them, so please ask about my sweaters. It's all a lie. I don't know. I don't actually have sweaters.
Oh, man. I was going to say, do you really have one of those?
No, I'm not that cool. Sorry.
Apparently not. Also, find us on Google Play, YouTube, and Twitch. And with all that,
Podbean is no more.
it is in transition
Okay.
at the moment. There's a lot of other stuff going on right now.
Okay. Yeah.
It's tax season,
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
More on that later.
Yep.
And with all of that nonsense out of the way, why do I never think of this beforehand?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go for my default that I almost did last time.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan, how in the world are you? And what are you playing? Ah! Stop it! Stop whining.
He's just a stupid doll. I'm assuming that's what that is, right?
Who is your daddy
yeah.
and what does he do?
Oh gosh, where do I start? Because there's not a lot. This week was pretty good. I'm doing all right. Like I said earlier, like we alluded to earlier, I'm very hungry and tired. But that's kind of my life in a nutshell.
I'd just like to establish at this time that I am not forcing Nathan to be here deprived of both sleep and food. 100% his choice.
Y'all don't know what goes on behind the scenes. All right. Anyways,
Never know.
yeah. But so okay, I'm playing through. I still have Kirby going, and I set aside a time to play, like an hour. I was like, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna play through this, and hopefully try and finish out the treasure hunting thing. But last time I played, I forgot to hook it up to the charger, so I opened my DS, and it was like, yeah, it was dead, and I was like, well, there goes that whole thing. So I didn't actually play it.
So, you didn't save or anything?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I had to look. Hopefully, I didn't lose too much. I think I remember saving like pretty recently to when I last stopped. Like those little saves platforms with the star on them.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah. I didn't even think about that. I gotta look. But yeah, and then as I said earlier, this is kind of pathetic, but I played Angry Birds. I did play some Angry Birds this week. Yeah. My dad's got like a big iPad Pro, so it's like the really like big screen, and he like barely uses it. It was just like sitting around one day, and
Those are expensive.
I wasn't really doing anything, and so I was like, I'm just gonna download Angry Birds. He doesn't even use this thing that much, and so I did. And I don't know. I used to like love Angry Birds back when it was a thing, because I was like that age. I was like 12, and so like it was like.
It's still a decent game.
It is,
for,
yeah, no, definitely.
mobile.
And so I was like, I'm gonna relive this, and so I've actually played through probably like 6 different sections already. I probably spent too much time on it, but
The last time I played Angry Birds, it was the only Angry Birds game out
yeah,
at the time. That was the last time I
Yeah.
played it.
And now-
apparently
dude,
now they've gone
oh
through
my
and they've
gosh.
added like bosses and stuff.
I keep getting ads. Like they advertise their own games. I don't even know. There's Angry Birds. There's Angry Birds 2. There's Angry Birds Go. There's Angry Birds
Rio.
Rio, which was a thing, and
There's Star Wars.
yes, Star Wars, Transformers.
Are you serious?
Yeah. There's a game called Angry Birds Evolved. Angry Birds. There's one game that's like a bubble matching game. I don't even know what it's called. And I feel like there's like one more. So there's like at least 8 now. It's crazy.
Well, daggum.
Yeah. And I feel like no one even cares anymore. Angry Birds 2, I did get that when it first came out a long time ago. It's actually like, it's like the first one, but it's a lot, there's different aspects to it.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not just the same old thing. And it's actually really cool too. But I just really just kind of wanted to relive what it was.
Star Wars kind of freaked me out.
Star Wars was fun. All the
Was it
different
Star Wars? No, it was just Angry Birds Space.
Oh, that's one too. That one was good
Yeah.
too.
But it freaked me out.
How?
Just the whole planets and slingshotting
Yeah.
around stuff. I was just like, man.
No, that was a good one with interesting concepts because they had birds with new abilities and then the planet thing. Star Wars was great too. Like they would do the planet thing sometimes, but the abilities were crazy. Some of the things that they could do. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of go back and just revisit that game, I guess. So with all my nonsense out of the way, Steven, what are you playing, Steven? What are you playing, Steven?
I want to hear it again.
Oh, okay. What are you playing, Steven?
It just makes me do this with my face. If you're listening to this on audio, my face is scrunched up. Just some people do that.
I'm glad that I have that effect on you.
You really don't like me then.
Now the truth comes out.
So I have been playing Pokemon Gold. I am grinding to level 50 with all my Pokemon to take on the Elite Four. Mm-hmm. Right. They're more like the Elite Five because there's 5 of them this time. Or 5 of them now. Unless you don't fight your rival like you do in the Gen 1 games. I don't know. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. So there's that. So I'm almost done with the so I'm almost to the post-game stuff. Mm-hmm. And with Smash Brothers.
You're playing through Spirits again, right?
Yeah, World of Light.
Oh, right. World of Light.
Yeah, the New Game Plus. And I don't want to say I'm maybe halfway there, maybe a little over halfway through there. There have been some games where I can just like play a very small amount.
Yeah.
And then of course the big game that's been taking over all of my attention, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Which I am literally on the cusp of beating.
Percentage wise, how much did you spend on each game this week?
I'd have to say 10% Pokemon, 20% Smash, 70% Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that sounds about right. I don't blame you. So you're almost finished.
Almost finished. I probably would have been further along because the game's been out for almost 2 weeks at the time of this recording. But my wife really likes the movies Tangled and Frozen, so when I got to those worlds, I didn't play it unless she was home to watch or awake. So yeah, kind of pace myself that way. But I am loving it. I am almost done with it. Like I said, I'm really hoping that there have already been really good story elements.
Yeah.
And people who say, the Kingdom Hearts story is a mess. It's a complicated story, yes, but it's not incomprehensible.
Yeah.
It just it annoys me when I'll listen to other content creators say, Kingdom Hearts, man, I don't get it. I played it for 5 minutes. I don't get it. It's because you only played it. You only played it for 5 minutes, and you're on the 9th story or 9th part of a very long story. Of course, you're going to be lost.
Yeah.
Just play from the first game. There is an order to play through to understand the story.
Is that even the first game? Because isn't there one before that's supposed to explain things?
There's a prequel, Birth by Sleep, but honestly, you could play that at the beginning, but it would make more sense if you played it later. There's a the 1.5 order, 2.5 and then the 2.8 collections. They kind of have like an order.
There's a
play through.
2.8.
Well, there's a 2.8 collection of games. It
Okay.
has Dream Drop Distance, the 3DS game, along with the 45-minute game with Aqua, A Fragmentary Passage, and then the cutscenes for Chi back cover, which I wish they had explained more, because there was something in 3 that referenced that story. And I guess there's a mobile game that was kind of like an MMO type game out there where every player was a Keyblade wielder, but it was on mobile. I don't really do mobile games.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like that part came up and I was just like, oh, well, I feel like I'm missing out because it's only on mobile. You can't, there's no cutscenes. There's, no cutscene collection to go through and watch it. Maybe I can find it on YouTube to like kind of piece it together. But I'm assuming because there's this one attack that you do that you're basically using one Keyblade because you're in a place where there's a bunch of Keyblades. And this isn't spoilery really, but you basically keep using each Keyblade as an attack on something, and each Keyblade has a name attached to it, and they look like gamer tags. So I imagine that they took all of the names of these players, like of the top players of this game, and they made it into Kingdom Hearts 3 that way.
Oh.
So it's a pretty neat idea, but it's lost on people like me and probably a lot of Kingdom Hearts players who didn't bother with this mobile game that I honestly didn't even know existed until...
If you were a real Kingdom Hearts fan, you would have gotten that mobile game, Steven.
That's on me. It's just my fault.